rest. So what I'm resting in is I am upset because I see something that is not there. Part of the review lesson, I think it's number 52. I hope I got the number right, in A Course in Miracles. Okay. I think we come to associate happiness with letting go of what is not truly here. And so it changes as we move through the course that we think happiness is getting or avoiding, getting something we want or avoiding something we don't want or achieving. But happiness starts to become I'm letting go of what isn't truly here. And we're all free in that. Okay, so trying to turn my Kindle on to go to lesson 52. There we go. Taking me a minute here. There we go. Okay. I am upset because I see what is not there. I use thought to make illusions, and that thought can come from spirit, what we are together, or it can come from ego, my sense that we're separate, my sense that conflict is real. Oh, I didn't turn on those other lights over there. Okay. Reality is never frightening. Hello? A Greenier? Greenier? I'll just call you A. Welcome. Chime in whenever you want to. So, and thank you for the hearts. Reality is never frightening. It is impossible that it could upset me. So when I'm upset, I'm seeing something, hi, okay. I'm seeing something that is not there. I'm seeing an illusion that I made with ego thought. Definitely when I'm upset, the illusion I'm experiencing, I made with ego thought. And it's like ego's a little machine I set up to give me an ego and you an ego, and it sends me all these thoughts, and none of them are true. They're all completely insane. And Haley Renee is here. Hello, welcome. Bring up anything you want to bring up in the chat, even if I'm talking about something different. Oh, you're the best YouTuber ever. Well, thank you. Let's be, oh, cool. Let's be the best YouTubers together, because I'm about sameness, except when I'm not in my right mind, and then I'm thinking we're different. So let's be the best together. It is impossible that reality could upset me. So if the only, you're the best YouTuber I'm ever gonna like. Okay. Reality brings only perfect peace. So what is real about us is not that churning stuff on the surface. It isn't that stuff. What is real about all of us is completely calm, completely still, and shared. And we can train our minds. How do you like? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. I'll just share that with you. I don't know how to answer it because I'm not sure what you're asking. But if you want to make it clear to me, then yeah, go ahead, and I will try to answer it. So what we are together is still and calm and real. And all the churning It's time and space. On top of that is what I'll take responsibility, because anybody can. I made it up. Anybody can say, I made it up. This is a dream we're having. This is a fantasy we're making with ego thought. What is your favorite animal? I don't have one. I do enjoy animals, but if you want to share your favorite animal, I'm happy to happy to hear what it is. Okay. When I am upset, it is always because I have replaced reality with illusions I have made up. So that feeling of being upset is the indicator that I am making something up. Cat. Cats are fun. I think I identify more with cats than with dogs. I think we have that tendency in us to feel an affinity with one more than another, but maybe not. That's all about the separate identity, which isn't real. I'm 6. My brother gave me this account. 2 cats. Okay, well, welcome, whoever you are, and however old you believe yourself to be. We're really all the same. Underneath oh, so A has 2 cats. I am 7. So am I really talking to a 6-year-old and a 7-year-old, or am I just saying 6, 7, or does this mean anything? It actually, something we can learn from is that this is meaningless. The time and space that we're making up using thoughts we believe is meaningless. But A says no. And boring ass name says you're sweet. Well, thank you. You're sweet too. And that's something we can begin to learn, is that sweetness is shared. It's in everyone, no matter how not sweet they look. It's in everyone. And we can start to sort of tune into that and really be stubborn about recognizing the reality of it, and yeah, just not budge. You know, that sweetness or the realness or the love we are is in everyone. I'm going to be very stubborn about seeing that. Okay, so back to, if you don't know ACIM, you just ended up here randomly. I'm reading from A Course in Miracles. So that's the book I'm reading from. Okay, when I'm upset, it's always because I have replaced reality with illusions I made up. The illusions are upsetting because I have given them reality. So you can notice, but I am 6. Okay. Well, thank you. I wish you well in your 6th year. And enjoy. The illusions are upsetting because I have given them reality, and thus regard reality as an illusion. So the reality of us is our sameness, whether we're 53 or 7 or 6, we're all the same in our hearts. We're love. Everyone's love. That's the reality. Reality is never upsetting. But time and space is like a dream I'm making up by believing thoughts. And it seems in this dream that all this stuff comes at me and happens to me. Bye, A. Thanks for stopping in. It seems in this dream that all these things are coming at me and happening to me. Is that, what am I looking at? I can't figure out what I'm looking at, but it's cute. Thank you. Little faces of some kind. Ronan says, don't forget to give a like, please. Thank you, Ronan. Oh, is that how do I like? Like, how do I, is that what that question was? Because I'm seeing up at the top a thumbs up with a number next to it, so I imagine if you tap that, that's how you like. Okay, that made me understand the question. Nothing in God's creation is affected in any way by this confusion of mine. So when I feel upset, I'm confused, but nothing real is ever affected by my confusion. The separate things in time and space seem to be affected by the other separate things in time and space. This is the part that isn't true. But the part that is true is the the beautiful expansiveness of what all of us are together. And we can train to tune into that consistently, to value that more than anything else. I've been calling it the Care Bear stare, like you just stare at the love and the innocence and the worthiness that everyone is, and you refuse to forget it. And then anything that comes after that, any guidance that comes in for you, can come in. But primary is your determination to remember we are all the same. I'm not here to judge anybody, especially up or especially down. I'm here to serve and to heal and to remember who we are together, and to see that in everyone I call else. If I see that in everyone I call else, I will see it in me. That's automatic. And here's A again. So, hello. Okay. I am always upset by nothing. And boring ass name says, what is your name? It's Julie. And A says, sorry, never mind. I don't gotta go. You're welcome here. You know what? I meant to remove the leaderboard because it ranks us. And I was thinking, I don't like ranking. And I removed it last time, but I forgot this time. And I suppose it's a lesson that it doesn't matter. Because when I'm thinking, I don't like it, I'm letting it disturb me. I'm thinking it can have a negative effect. When really I could just let it go. Okay. I see only the past. This is the second part. A Course in Miracles has a workbook. This is the 52nd lesson in that workbook. This is a review of some of the first lessons. I'm sorry. You have nothing to be sorry for. As a being, think of yourself not as a person, but as a being, like a being of light. You've never done anything wrong. You can't do anything especially right, and you can't do anything especially wrong. You're a being. All you're doing is being forever, right? And A says, you're so nice. Only because you are, because everyone's the same. And we're always seeing a mirror image of what we think we are. And if our thinking about ourselves is incorrect, there is something out here among us, in us, some of us call it the Holy Spirit, that can correct our thinking. So when we look into another, we only see an accurate representation of what we are. Guess what? Chicken butt. Or if you have something different to tell me, you can let me know. Okay. So the next part of this review lesson, no, I'm at Mimi's. Mimi's may be a grandma. Enjoy being at Mimi's. I see only the past, or it could be somebody named Mimi. As I look about, I condemn the world I look upon. Yes, that's a grandma, okay. So if you think of physical seeing, this is going to sound like a crazy idea, but once you think about it, then it starts to make sense. As I'm looking around, I'm condemning the world I'm seeing, and if you watch your thoughts, you'll notice some not nice thoughts. You're condemning what you're seeing. You're saying it's not good enough. You're saying it's bad in some way. And A sends lots of hearts. Thank you. Hearts back. I call this seeing. So I call finding fault with things, or trying to use things, or trying to get things. I call all of this seeing. I think I'm seeing something real. I hold the past against everyone and everything, making them my enemies. If you think about it, if you think someone spoke in a way that wasn't nice to you in the past, or someone did something that wasn't nice to you in the past, I love hair. Thank you. Let's all look at something and love it. I love water bottle. So when we think someone wasn't nice to us in the past, then we form an idea of that person and we think, I can't trust them, they're mean, and we hold it and we carry it with us. And we have no idea what we're doing with our thoughts. When we say, I can't trust someone, they're mean, we start saying about our real self that guides us, I can't trust myself, I'm mean. And we say it about everybody else we're going to meet. I might not be able to trust that when they're mean. There's something in us that guides us with so much love. And that thing in us that guides us, I trust you. I trust you too. That thing in us that guides us with so much love is always here and never goes away. And it never picks somebody out and says they're better than someone else. You're funny. You too. It never, or maybe A's funny. I don't know who you're talking to. It never picks someone else out and says they're better than someone else. That voice in us is, oh, A liked and subscribed. Thank you, A. It never says they're better. It never says they're worse. That voice in us is our ego, our sense that we're not the same, that we're separate from each other. And we sure look separate from each other. We have separate bodies, right? There's space between them. We seem to be in different places. But really, the love in us, which is just the only real thing about any of us, love can only ever be one piece. So if there's love in you, you're one piece with everyone all the time. And we can train our minds to really look at this love all the time and invite it into our experience and say, love, that's the only thing that's real about me and that other guy. I want you to guide me today. That's what we can do. That's what we're training to do. A just ate lunch. I hope it was good. And love our toy pups is here from the Just a Yogi channel, which I really enjoy. So welcome. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, what else? When I have forgiven myself, so that's what we're going to be up to. A says it is. Good. I have meatballs. Well, enjoy your meatballs. Where am I? When I have forgiven myself, so what we're working on is forgiving ourselves. And boring ass name liked and subscribed too. Thank you. I don't like, I'm judging the username because I don't want to say boring ass name, but I'm judging the name, which I don't have to do. I give everything I see all the meaning it has for me, so I can turn my mind around. Okay. When I have forgiven myself and remembered who I am, that's what we're up to too. We're remembering who we are as one. I will bless everyone and everything I see. So that love in you that is in everybody, that love blesses. And that love doesn't just bless people, it blesses everything. It blesses the hair, it blesses the water bottle, it blesses the meatball, it blesses the usernames, it blesses the leaderboard. The love in you blesses everything. And as you give it a chance for it to get uncovered, and for you to begin to see it in others, and for you to put it in charge and let it lead, then you're moving through the day blessing everyone and everything because you're powerful. You can't bless if you're not powerful. And the power in you is the power. I don't understand what that says, A. I see a little symbol which I can't quite figure out, and then some dots. So if you want to explain that to me, let me know what that is. Because I've been seeing that symbol since yesterday. I still don't know what it is. But there's a smiley. I get that. Okay. Oh, you can't bless without being powerful. And the power we see out there in the world where it seems like one person has power over another, oh, it means you're quiet. Okay. I like quiet. Sometimes I'm about to go quiet on purpose, actually. I call it like going into rest. So as soon as I finish, oh, it means my volume isn't loud? Is that what that means? I meant to put in earbuds today, which have a microphone, but then I couldn't find them. I have a very tippy tripod. I'm moving this a little closer. Okay. Is that better? That's why I kept seeing that symbol yesterday, because I was quiet. I'm going to try to find my earbuds. And if you understand how these things work, will wearing earbuds make my sound better? Because there's a microphone. Let me know. And I'll try to do what works. Okay. Um, where am I here? I'm in the section I see only the past. There will be no past as I learn to train my mind to look only on the love in you, and there will be no enemies. Oh, and I was saying about blessing and power. You cannot bless if you're not powerful. And everyone's equally powerful. And the power we see playing out in the world is fake power. It's like a daydream about power that we're having. Yeah, I am smart, because you are. Because the other thing I'll say about our sameness is that we share one mind. Can you imagine going into school and they tell you, we share one mind and we're going to draw on the intelligence of our one mind today. But that's the truth of us. There aren't really smarter and dumber beings. That's a daydream we're having on purpose because we want to have it. That makes us a little nutty, doesn't it? That's okay. If we're suffering because we think someone's smarter or someone's dumber, remember, this is the dream we're making up with the thoughts we believe, and we have control over the thoughts we believe. So training our mind to notice, what thought did I just believe? That's making my reality I'm experiencing. It really helps in starting to look at the world, no matter what crazy thing is appearing in it, even if it seems to attack you. You start to understand, I love you. You're the same as I am. And it's okay. Somehow this whole mess is going to get sorted out because I'm remembering that I'm loved. And if I do, you're going to, and everyone's going to. So we're actually okay. For dessert, I'm going to have mousse cake. That sounds really good. Is that chocolate mousse cake? That sounds yummy. I had a strawberry Hershey's Kiss today. That was really good. Okay. And I will look with love on all that I failed to see before. Yeah, that's what I just said. So that's what we're learning how to do, to look with love upon everything. And when you're looking with love upon everything, if you think of the light shining behind everything you see, that's the light everyone and everything is. So love looks at love. Love doesn't look at all this stuff going on. If someone's lying, if someone's fighting, if someone's being especially nice or especially mean, if someone looks especially beautiful or especially ugly according to the ego, none of it matters, because what's shining behind all of it is love. And so love looks at love, and that's what it does. And when you become steady and still enough to remember, I am love, looking at love, I'm blessing everything, then what you see and experience has the ability to transform because you allowed it. So that's what makes us all powerful. I have 7 siblings. That's probably a lot compared to most of us. I have 1 sibling, and I have kids, and there are 4. I have 4 kids. So I hope you enjoy life with your 7 siblings. Sounds like a busy life. Okay. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts is the next one. Can I see the kids? They aren't around right now. One is 2 floors above me, upstairs, working in his room. And the other 2, probably busy right now. They're also upstairs. And my third one is out. She's in a musical, and she's helping work to build the set today. So I think, should you not have kids come on your live? Advise me about this, YouTube people. Oh, can I go get them? I'm not going to go get anybody right now. First of all, they might not want to be on my live. They might feel a little awkward about it. So I think I would talk to them ahead of time. And then maybe if you're on here again, we could see if they want to come on. But is there a YouTube rule about kids? Because before I go live, I have to like check twice. No, this is not made for kids. So advise me, anybody who knows anything about YouTube. I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't bring kids on to the live. Yeah, guide me. I need guidance. All right. Before I move on to my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts, I'm going to take a moment to rest. Me. Is that the symbol for the volume being low again? Is that what that is? Because I see that same symbol again. Either way, the volume's not going to matter because I'm going to go into a period of rest where I close my eyes. YouTube is for kids because there's a lot of things to watch. There are a lot of things to watch. Yep. So I'm going to close my eyes and go quiet and think about the love within me and the love within you. And I like to do this during the lives, just so we have a chance to rest together if you want to do that. It's a really good way to get in touch with what is real in you and what is loving, and to allow that to be in charge of everything you think today, everything you see today, everything you say today. Because when we let love be in charge of that, then we're happy. And A says, I'm ready for bed. Well, sweet dreams. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment here. You can rest with me or do whatever you want, and I will be back in a minute. I have a motorcycle. Well, enjoy that motorcycle. When I go in and get quiet, and I can really notice the love in me, and that love in me can expand almost to where it wants to burst. And then you see, oh my goodness, my happiness really isn't out there in the world or anything I can get from the world. My happiness is in me all the time. I always carry it around with me. So nothing in the world has to make me happy. I've learned how to go in and find my happiness. Then my happiness gets to be in charge today. I like your little guy, whoever that is. I have trouble seeing exactly what it is. Thank you for sharing it. Okay. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. A says, I watch videos every day. Me too. We're in the same boat. I see only my own thoughts, and my mind is preoccupied with the past. So when I walk through the world, I'm seeing my thoughts. Isn't that crazy? Thoughts come to me, I believe them, and then I walk through the thoughts I believe. What then can I see as it is? This is a good question. What can I see as it is? Let me remember that I look on the past to prevent the present from dawning on my mind. So when we have a lot of thoughts about things that have happened, we're trying to stop something from happening. But first A says, my Mimi brothers die, and I'm sad at the funeral. Yeah, when you're at a funeral, You can see people who are sad. You might feel sad with them. The thing I learned, my mom died, my dad died. The thing I learned is that who they are didn't die. So that's my reason for being happy. They aren't their bodies. Their bodies are gone, but that's fine. Their spirit is here, and their spirit's always happy. And once I learned that, I don't feel sad very much. If I do feel sad, I need to allow myself to feel sad, and I need to understand what thought I'm believing, because for sure it's a thought that's not right about who they are. But we have so many reasons to be happy. So sad is temporary, and happy is who we really are inside. And we can let the sadness be here for as long as it is. But it's funny to see, I wonder if I could make this sadness last forever. And then you never can. Bye, 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 bye. Thanks for coming. Okay. Let's see. Oh, let me remember that I look on the past to prevent the present from dawning on my mind. So I'm trying to block something out here. And when I please record tomorrow, you're the best. Oh, thank you. I've been getting a lot of nudges to do this, so maybe I'll do it again. We'll see. You're the best too. We'll be the best together. Right. I'm trying to prevent the present from dawning on my mind. In my mind. When I go into rest, that's what I'm acknowledging. The present is here. The present is here for all of us, and it expands, and it's like the love in you that would burst, and you can allow it to. And it's always here. And then as we're moving about the world, seeing things, talking, the more we practice, we go in, it gets easier and easier to remember that bursting love is in everyone. There aren't any exceptions. And to just sit quietly and acknowledge that, sometimes that's all you need to do. And it's a very beautiful gift, and as you give it to others, you're giving it to yourself. Let me understand that I am trying to use time against God. Yeah, I can understand that. When I don't feel good, I'm trying to use time against, instead of God, I could say what is real. And what is real makes me happy. So if I can do my best to end that struggle against what is real and just rest, then I'm being helpful to myself and everybody. Okay. Let me learn to give the past away, realizing that in so doing, I am giving up nothing. So when the past occurs to me, Whiskers is here. Hi, Whiskers. When the past occurs to me and I don't feel good, I can give it away and understand I'm not giving up anything. So the things I seem to see in time and space, my ego, my sense that I'm separate, is going to tell me all my happiness is invested in them, all my safety is invested in all these separate things. But as I learn how to look at the same one thing that's in everything, or that's shining behind everything, you can let any of those surface things go or change. None of that matters, because the happiness in you is in everyone and is always here. So the surface of how things look in time and space, you can let it go entirely and say, let it just line up with the truth of what we are together. We're loved together. We're happiness together. We can let this dream, I can let this dream I'm making line up with the truth of what all of us are together. Okay, and this is lesson 9 in A Course in Miracles. I see nothing as it is now. We're doing the review part of it. So when you're upset, if you remind yourself, I see nothing as it is now. Thank goodness, because my ego, my sense that I'm a separate person, is telling me that things aren't a certain way, and I'm responding by getting upset. There's the cause, there's the thought my ego sent me, and then I believed it, and then I'm getting upset. So it's all in my own control because it's not coming from outside of me. My thoughts are in my mind. So my upset is always coming from my mind. So if I remember when I feel distressed in any way, I see nothing as it is now. I'm not seeing the love and happiness that are always here constantly without change. I'm seeing something else on top of that, and it's okay because there's help for me. If I see nothing as it is now, it can truly be said that I see nothing. How about that? I see nothing. If I see nothing, what do I know about anything? Just about nothing. And so I need a guide. I need guidance. Fortunately, what is in me and in you, love, is a guide and can guide us. But if you come down to that point of, this is such a confusing world that I made with thoughts that I believe, and I'm really seeing nothing, it's all illusion, how am I supposed to know what to do? Thank goodness there's a guide present in everyone and even in everything. Like if you think of how does a flower grow, there's a guide. And so if you tune into what is the same in everyone and everything, you tune into, I tune into what can guide everyone and everything. And that's a very beautiful thing. I can see only what is now. So true seeing is seeing what is here now. So like what I was saying about, you are love, and you acknowledge that love is alive in everyone you call else. Or you are the light. You're not a body, you're the light. But here's this body, it's a learning device. It's a communication device for love. Love can communicate through you. That's what we'll use the bodies for. We invented them with our minds, okay. But as long as they still seem to be here, let them be learning devices for our minds. Let them be communication devices for love. That's how we can use them. The choice is not whether to see the past or the present. So I'm not choosing about whether to see the past or the present. What am I choosing? The choice is merely whether to see or not. So if I'm unhappy, I'm not seeing. If I'm remembering the love that is always in me, no matter what I'm doing or saying, and the love that's always in you, no matter what you're doing or saying, we learn how to stop judging that. If I remember that, then I'm seeing. God made this. All of that. There's a lesson in the Course in Miracles. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. That's a really beautiful, beautiful thing for me to look around. Say, God is in everything I see. Everything I see is coming from my mind, and we share one mind. And God is in everything I see. Thank goodness, because we need that beautiful power, that stabilizing, benevolent power. We don't want to be without that. And thank goodness it's everywhere. Okay. What I have chosen to see has cost me vision. So I have chosen to see chaos in time and space be headshot. I'm not sure what that is, but I see hands. Do I see joysticks? And I'm not sure what the first one is. And the computer. Oh, VR. Yeah. In our virtual reality, right? Okay, let's see. What I have chosen to see has cost me vision. So we can be in our virtual reality, judging positively and negatively, being happy or sad about the separate things we're seeing and all the differing and competing meanings and values they seem to have for us. We can do that. Or we can have vision. And vision is, bye, I'm shopping. Have a good time, Whiskers. I'll talk to you later. Or we can tune into what is the same in all of us. The love in me is the love in you. The light in me is the light in you. There's only sameness here. That's the real thing. And when I can rest in this and recognize the rest is just illusion and actually meaningless, then I'm home. Then I'm seeing. Then I'm remembering what I am and what you are. Then I'm remembering what's real. Now I would choose again that I may see. So in any moment that we don't feel good, the very fortunate thing about it is that we can choose again. So I can choose again instead of focusing on what my physical eyes are showing me and all the meanings and values. I would competing meanings and values. Boring ass name is back. Welcome back. All the competing meanings and values I would give to things, I can focus on what is actually here for us. I can always choose it. Hello. Happy to see you. Okay. When we choose again, we can see. So there's always a sane way of responding to being sad, upset, mad. There's always a sane way of doing it, and it's very loving. And if we want the people around us to be loving, if they're not, our remembering that they are love and that they have love in them, our minds are connected. So you can actually help them remember. The more you have faith that the most important part about them is the love that's always alive in them. I'm not going shopping yet. My dad is doing something. Okay, so you're still here with us, Whiskers. It's interesting. I think I have a young audience, which is fine with me because I have a young audience at home. But my young audience at home doesn't want to listen to me talk about this stuff. They're like, yeah, Mom. So it's, something interesting is happening here. Thanks for showing up. Let's see. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, my thoughts do not mean anything. Hey, Tally's here. Hi, Tally. We just got to my thoughts do not mean anything. And I haven't been taking, I skipped a couple little rest periods. Oh, Tally says, I wish I had seen that you were live sooner. Well, I have. Yeah, this is the last one, but it takes me a while. And I'm going to do a little rest period. So as I'm focusing on what we are together, resting in that, because you're beautiful to rest in, because you're always beautiful. When we go within, because we share one mind, you're actually going within to the deepest, most beautiful part of everyone's mind. It's like we have a common room where all our minds are connected. Bye, Whiskers. Have fun shopping. So I'm going to go into the common room where all our minds are connected. And if I have a thought that comes in that feels distracting, I'm going to remember my thoughts do not mean anything, meaning the thoughts from my ego or the thoughts from what I'm not, the thoughts from what I'm imagining. I'm just going to set those down. But before I do, what's your favorite food? I don't have a favorite food, but I had some mandarin oranges last night and I really enjoyed those. Those were juicy. If you have a favorite food you want to share, go ahead and share it. And I will go into rest and then take a look when I'm done here. All right, so my thoughts do not mean anything. And Tally says, my thoughts do not mean anything. That's a hard one today, trying to anchor onto that. Yeah, sometimes it's challenging. The challenges in our lives are lessons that we didn't learn before, but we can learn today. So that's where I get stubborn with myself. I often think something's happening to me and that I have to struggle against it, and I still do, but I just do the best I can to come out of that struggle. And such an important part of that is when I feel that struggling energy, I need to find one thought I believe, because that is a lie my ego told me. So I need to figure out, how do I feel, and then follow the thread from that feeling to one thought I believe, just one, because I don't want to get carried away with my story about anything. A's back. Hi A, welcome. And so I need to find one thought I believe, set it down, and reorient. And what do I reorient toward? My thoughts do not mean anything. And then I'm in this space where I can be guided. I don't know what's going to come next. I don't know what I'm supposed to think or say or do. I really don't know. It's like you're a child, right? You're a child. You're open. And then having gone into that open space, then there's a way through it for you. Why did the bear have no teeth? I have no idea. Are you going to tell me? Because now I really want to know. I can't think of, why did the bear have no teeth? Because it's a gummy bear. That's good. That was a good one. I hope that gave Tally a laugh. I wanted to say, as I came out of the meditation, or I've been just calling it rest lately, I was resting in your mind. Because when you're resting in the depth of your mind, where we're all connected. Oh, who's Tally? If you go up and you see channeling by Chantal, I call her Tally. She's my friend. I've talked to her for years. And she's a lot of fun. So that's Tally. Okay, so when I go into rest, I am in your mind. I'm not in your business. I'm not rifling through the contents of your mind. I'm not snooping, because all those thoughts you think are your private thoughts, your own thoughts where you wouldn't want anybody to snoop. I'm not in that part of your mind. We're fun together. And when we go into rest, it's like we go into the love in our hearts, really. When you go deep into your mind, you're in your heart. And all our hearts are connected. Love is love everywhere. It's the same love. It's one piece. You can't chop it. You can't slice it. You can't dice it. Not real love. In the world, it may seem like someone says, I love you today, and then they say, I hate you tomorrow. So it seems like they took that love away. But the thing we're really confused about in this world is that's fake love. We're very confused about fake love. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about fake love. So as we go within ourselves to rest, we are love. Everyone is love. Anyone you would call a bad guy behind their Halloween costume of bad guy, they're just the same as you. They're love. And anyone who seems to be an especially good guy or a hero, they're wearing the hero costume. Underneath that costume, they're just love too. And when I go in and I rest, I'm resting in your mind. What part of your mind? The part of the mind we all share. It's a very pure, loving, beautiful part of the mind. And if you think of this like this great big beam of light going as high can go, and we're all in that beam of light together, that's where we go when we go into rest. What's your favorite food? Well, let's see. I answered mandarin oranges, but maybe somebody else. No, I didn't. That's not my favorite, though. No food's my favorite. And A says that Tally's a lot of fun. Okay. What else do we have? Oh, yeah, my thoughts do not mean anything. Oh, Tally, we have young listeners here today. And so sometimes, I hope this is okay that I share Tally. Sometimes the people upstairs from Tally are young. They make a lot of noise with their feet. And sometimes she has a very hard time. Well, today it was music, right? Sometimes she has a very hard time with how loud it gets. So now we have those who seem young and those who seem older together. And now maybe we can look right through that and see where we're all joined and see the innocence in all of us and see there has to be a way through every situation. There just has to be. All the difficult ones, there has to be a way. And what I like to remember is the, I'm trying to remember how it goes. The miracle is here. Behind every problem is the miracle it conceals. So everywhere I see a problem, there's a miracle. And you can think of a miracle as a helpful shift. Maybe it's just a helpful shift in your mood. Maybe it's a helpful shift in the way you start to see things. Maybe it's a helpful shift in how the world seems to be. You don't know what kind of shift it's going to be, but it's a helpful shift. And it can be a huge shift or a tiny shift. It could be what seems to be no shift at all, but something seems different. So behind every problem, when I'm focusing on the problem, I can't get to the miracle. And so maybe we can all think about the miracle together that's here for any problem. It's behind any problem we see, any of us, in our lives. And to see a miracle is something I can allow to happen because we're all that powerful. Can I be your friend? Yes. Are you asking everybody or me? I'm sure the answer is yes, all around. And boring ass name said hi. All right. I have no private thoughts. So isn't it funny to think the thoughts you think are yours alone, they're personal to you, and I have no private thoughts? What's that about? Let's find out. Yet it is only private thoughts of which I am aware. So all the thoughts that run through our heads all day, they seem to be about us and our experience and what we're seeing. And so I'm aware of those thoughts. Okay, we can establish that. I'm aware of those thoughts. What can these thoughts mean? All these thoughts that run through my head every day about how I look, how others look, what seems to be happening. Please. I think I said yes. You don't have to say please. Is that what PLS is, right? I think. Okay. What can these thoughts mean? What can these private thoughts mean? They do not exist, and so they mean nothing. Now, if you just go with it, the thoughts that can seem to bother us so much, the thoughts running through our heads, we couldn't ever be upset if we didn't believe these upsetting thoughts running through our heads. It's not because something seems to happen to us that we're upset. We believe a thought about it. That's what causes being upset. They do not exist, and so they mean nothing. So we could take that. Can I be your friend, please? Yes, you can. You could think of it that we're all friends all the time because what is true in us. Oh, he said, sorry, I was in the bathroom when you said yes. That's okay. I'll say yes, 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 yes. Yeah, you can think of all of us as friends because what's in us all is the same thing, and that makes us friends. Love loves love. Even if the person you're looking at doesn't seem to be aware of who they are, the beautiful thing is that you can remember for them. And it doesn't matter who they are, how old anyone is. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you remember that you can remember for them, that they've never done anything wrong, and that they're loved and they're loving forever in their beingness and the light they are and the love they are. We are family. And keep life simple says hi. Yes, we should keep life simple. Hello, welcome. Bring up anything you want here. Okay. Where was I? They do not exist. Yet my mind is part of creation and part of its creator. So we're all created. We're all in creation together. We're all friends. We all have the same love within us. Sameness, sameness, sameness. And part of its creator. So we came from something. Love came from love. Love is forever a part of love. And if you want to use the God language, then God created you and God loves you and everyone forever. And that's the simple truth. And the more we can keep our minds on the simple truth, then the crazy things that seem to be happening around us, we might remember that they don't actually mean anything and that the love means everything. And the love is so wise that it can guide us through every single thing. Okay. Would I not rather join the thinking of the universe than to obscure, meaning hide, all that is really mine with my pitiful and meaningless private thoughts? So the thoughts that can cause all my bad feelings, because it's only a thought that can cause a feeling, only your own thought that can cause a feeling. If I'm feeling bad, wouldn't I rather set aside my private thoughts, these thoughts that run through my mind all day, and join the thinking of the universe? So where we're all friends, in the common room, in our shared mind, where we go and we go into rest, that's the thinking of the universe. And that's your superpower. And the only way you can have a superpower is if everybody has the same superpower in reality. In our fantasy, it seems we can have, and I'm talking about time and space, it seems like we can have different powers. And some can be more powerful than others. But the only way you can have this real superpower to join the thinking of the universe is if everybody has it together all the time without ever ending. So that's what's real about you and everyone, that you have this superpower to join the thinking of the universe. And what I do every day is, many times, is when I notice I'm tangled up in my private thoughts, I set them down and I go into the common room where we all are together, and I rest in the love that all of us are, and I turn toward the thinking of the universe, and I put it in charge. Because, you get tired of being unhappy. And if the only true source of happiness is in us, where we're all joined, then we're going to visit it more. And A says, I'm very sad. It's such a good thing to notice that you're sad. Because that, and I'll never say I'm sorry when somebody says they're sad. That's why I'm smiling. Because that, in my healing and in my understanding and finding happiness again, I had to notice that I was sad. That was the first important part of letting the sadness go, was I had to notice I was sad. I couldn't keep covering it up. And here you are, noticing that you're sad. That's the first important step. That's a beautiful thing. And you said it's because my Mimi brother died. So your Mimi's your grandma, and her brother died. And people dying can definitely bring up feelings of sadness. And you just take a moment to notice it. You might find, if you go from that sadness and you think of a thread going from that sadness to one thought you believe, you might find a thought you believe about it. And if you find a thought you believe about the situation, there's another step you can do. But you can just practice. Sadness is an opportunity for practice. So if you notice you're sad, check in and see a little thread going from that sadness, and then see if you can find one thought you believe about it. Because to me, that's the road to remembering who we are. And the sadness, the noticing that you're sad, is such an important part of that. So we love you, we love your Mimi, and we love her brother. Now to me, her brother's not gone, because her brother is spirit. And so when we go into the common room and rest, her brother's right here with us. Very much. And so that's why it can be easy to smile. But it's okay if you're crying right now, because crying doesn't last forever. But the joy that's deep within Mimi and you and me and Mimi's brother, who's not gone, it's just the body's gone, that's all. We're not our bodies, thankfully. The joy that's in all of us, it never ever goes away. And so we love you, and we can rest in our love together and know that Mimi's brother is in that love. We haven't lost him. You can't really lose anyone. Okay, let's see. And Telly says, I just wish I was online, now where we can all see and feel that we are one. No more illusion of pain and attack and suffering and lack when that does happen. Yeah. And even now, you can notice the feeling with that. And then if you want to go from there, you can. We've been through this a lot. And then Telly says, I'm in illusion of very sad today. To A, more proof to me how we're one. So thank you for that. Yeah. And Telly says, my heart's with you on the illusion of their transition. And A says, I'm in my mom's house right now, and I think I'm going to get a dessert right now. Enjoy your dessert. Okay. Let's see where I am with this. Yeah, I finished it. So that was my thoughts do not mean anything. And A says, I think I'm going to ask him. All right. I hope it goes well. I'm going to take a moment to rest and close this out, and I'll be focusing again on my thoughts do not mean anything. Okay, A, have a beautiful day. Enjoy even the sadness. Let it come and watch it go. You are the joy always. And Telly says, bye, A. Okay, so I'm going to rest, and my thoughts do not mean anything. You can rest with me or do whatever you want. Okay, so you are a very beautiful place to rest when we go in and we rest underneath all those really busy thoughts. We're in the joy that can't go away. And then when we remember, it's always here. You don't have to go in and meditate. The more you become aware of it, the more you let it come up and extend and guide. So the more we remember that, the more we can feel loved through the whole day because of what's in us, not because of things outside of us that seem to be outside of us, because of what's in us. Okay, so Tally says, thank you for this and for everything and for responding to me earlier. I love and appreciate you so much. I love you too. I appreciate you too. That goes for everyone. All right, have a beautiful day. I will check in later.